Captain Rambo?
What the hell are you doing?
Entering the jump point perimeter.
I'm gonna get you some readings, Fury. Hello?
Monica.
Hello?
Captain Rambo?
Fury! Hi! Is this an Avengers test?
Shields up!
We're a team.
Oh, no, we're not a team.
We're not a team.
Man, that was an awesome trailer. After so long, I can't believe that they're finally coming out with a new Captain Marvel sequel. But the weird thing is, it's not going to be a sequel. I mean, is it a sequel? I guess it's not really a sequel, is it?
I mean, it kind of is like a sequel.
I guess so. I mean, well, I know we were talking about it before, but I guess between some of these movies is like 4 to 5 years. And I still get, it's hard for me to imagine that Captain Marvel, that came out in 2019, right, is going to be, its sequel is coming out in November 2023.
Right.
I think that's kind of weird.
Why is that weird?
Only because it's like so much stuff has happened in between that it's like, I don't know.
I feel like nothing's happened.
What are you talking about? Captain Marvel was like in Endgame. She was like a whole bunch of things.
Oh, I
And then-
suppose. Yeah, I guess like from the first time we saw Captain Marvel or the first Captain Marvel
Exactly.
movie.
And then you have Wanda and the Hex. Like
Yeah, but I feel like there's large gaps of like where nothing really happens. So like between Captain Marvel 1 and Infinity War, like she's not involved at all in anything. And then, she has her appearance in Endgame, right? But then between Endgame and now, I mean, we haven't really seen anything either. Or
I guess
all
so.
the all
Like,
the
she was
all the
in-
Marvel all the latest, movies and TV series don't revolve around her.
yeah, she kind of. Well, I guess so. I mean, it hasn't, right? Like essentially, it was kind of bringing together, right? We have
Yeah.
Kamala Khan.
Plus, there's like there hasn't like been any huge involvement from anyone really. Like it's just all individualized stories.
But it's like setup, right? Everything was
yeah.
set up for this. But yeah, welcome to the Geek View. My name is Quincy. I'm joined here with Jeremy. We're here to talk about the Marvels. It's been a while, 5 years, not since we recorded, but since Captain Marvel made her debut. Well, technically, I guess that is her debut. And now we're gonna see the Marvels, which is
The Marvels.
the Marvels. Yeah, I think they said that it's supposed to be Marvel, right? Marvel.
No clue. Who
Okay.
said what? I just read it as the Marvels.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like the Marvel is something that is very interesting.
What is the story behind Marvel?
Well, I mean, there's the bands, right? So they talk about the bands in the comic books. Marvel, I think Captain Marvel was like a male at first, and supposedly he was like a guardian or something. I mean, I may be wrong. I mean, because now all I know in my head is like Carol Danvers Marvel, and then of course her origin story with the Infinity Stone, because that's not what happened in the comic books. I mean, I think it all originated from the bands, like the Bangles, which now, I mean, it seemed like, Kalama Khan's Bangles came from that one world. What is that world called? I forget already. I mean, Kalama Khan's going to be in the Marvels. We're also going to have Monica Rambeau.
Yeah,
Mm.
the other Captain Marvel.
Yeah, the other Captain Marvel, right? So,
Mhm.
I mean, and this is all stemming from them thinking that Brie Larson is not a strong enough character.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know, because her first movie did $1 billion, but there's,
Oh, you're talking about her as
an actress. Yeah, her as an actress. They felt Brie Larson as an actress wasn't strong enough to pull another solo movie, and so that's why they had scrapped Captain Marvel 2 and decided to do the Marvel.
Oh, they scrapped Captain Marvel too?
Well, they reimagined it into the Marvels.
Oh,
But I find it very hard because Ms. Marvel did really well, really poorly. You know what I mean? And I mean, we haven't even seen Monica Rambeau that much. So in reality, I feel like, does it really matter?
well, she hasn't really done any. I mean, she hasn't really made a debut as a Captain Marvel. Very briefly, she did like in the WandaVision series.
So, yeah.
Which-
And that was the last time we
Which
saw
most I don't think a large population watched.
it. What? I mean, you're talking about WandaVision? I mean,
Yeah.
they were nominated for Emmys. They were the
I mean,
only-
I'm sure they're nominated. It doesn't mean that everybody watched it. I
I
mean,
heard it
it
was
just
the-
means that it was really good for that one specific category.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing is they didn't really plan a lot of things out because you know what the sequel for WandaVision is going to be, right?
No.
And the Agatha version. So that's going to be the second because they didn't say they're going to do like season 2 of WandaVision. They're just going to make that Agatha.
Sure.
arc.
Because she's
So the-
quote unquote dead right now.
I guess so. Yeah, dead, quote unquote dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, again, I guess going back to talking about everybody hating Brie Larson, what is your take on that? Because I don't hate her. I like her. She's pretty. She's nice. She's a little bitchy, but
Oh, I didn't even know. I don't know. I honestly don't follow much of like the celebrity drama.
but I know
So
that you had shared this talk about.
sure, because like that's what everyone's talking about. It's like, oh, it's about their, it's about their complaint of Brie Larson. So I don't
That's
know.
okay.
I don't have any opinion on that. I don't know why people are so angry.
Brie
I mean,
Larson-
it's not like it's not like she did anything controversial, right? Like I didn't see anything that she did that was like really bad.
I think
Unlike
she
some
did
other,
do-
unlike some DC actors, Ezra Miller.
Yeah. I mean, he's extreme. Ezra Miller's pretty extreme.
Yeah. So I don't think I don't think she did anything like that. I guess the only thing is like she said stuff that pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah, I think she was talking about gender equality or something, which is kind of weird. Like, I guess she had made a comment about like white people or something. White people, male specifically, but I don't know. I don't necessarily. It's hard.
People are upset that she made a comment about white males.
I think it was Casey Affleck when he won the Best Actor award.
Uh-huh.
She didn't clap for him during the standing ovation.
Oh.
She didn't hug him.
Why do people care?
I don't know, but
Casey
yeah.
Affleck. Okay, well,
But she had won an award too, right? She had won some.
I don't even know. Did she?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, see, she received an Academy Award, a Golden Globe, and the Screen Actors Guild, and the British Academy Film Award. So
It's just weird to me that people are so obsessed with like what her individual opinions are.
I don't know. I mean, I wish people just saw her for who she was and not just like all this fluff, you know.
Well, who is she? I don't know who she is.
Well, just Brie Larson, just an actress, you know. Like you're just an actress. But I guess.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing it's like they're basing it off of what she's said in public and using that to inform a certain image of her.
I guess people can let us know in the comments below because I could care less too. And I mean, if it strikes that much people, then I guess people will let us know. But I mean, we're here to talk about more.
I feel like it's a very, very loud minority.
Possibly. I mean, if we're talking about it and people like wish to justify it, I guess they could tell us in the comments and we'll just blow up. Well, talking about Brie
That'd be
Larson.
great. Yeah, make us popular by telling us why we're wrong about Brie Larson.
Right, exactly. With zero stats, right? Zero stat. We take no stats. But yeah, talking about the Marvels, of course, there's 3 Marvels in the movie, Ms. Marvel, and then the 2 Monica Rambeau Marvel, and of course the Brie Larson Marvel. And
Telltale first.
talking about the trailer, it does look like they are all connected somehow.
Well, they're all
And-
gonna. What do you mean? Like, yeah, they're all in it.
Well, no, I mean connected by their powers.
It's like, yeah, they're all connected. It's a movie about all three Marvels being in there.
Well, I mean, and I was reading a little bit more detail, and they wanted to find a way to nerf, Ms. Marvel because she's so overpowered, and so they found like the plot of the story is to
I think they just need to give her a stronger villain.
yeah, and then everyone gets obliterated, right?
Well, someone needs to be strong. I mean, obviously, they need someone stronger than Thanos.
Sure, because yeah, she essentially could have wiped the floor with Thanos, but it's weird
Yeah.
because I mean, essentially she could have been blipped, and then she wouldn't be none the wiser, right? Like, she would have no contribution, nothing. So it's kind of strange for me, that she was even like a part of the whole conversation.
Wait, I'm confused. What's the issue?
No, like what if she was snapped out of existence? Like
Okay.
there would be no Ms. Captain Marvel in the movie, right?
But they
Then-
brought everyone back anyway, so it doesn't even make a difference.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, well, because the thing was that Nick Fury like paged her,
Cause
right?
yeah, but she doesn't even make she doesn't even make an appearance until like the very last battle scene in Endgame.
She was in the beginning of Endgame.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was at the very beginning.
Yeah, so
that's
she
right.
and she
I
wasn't
totally forgot she was there, and then she could have just shot him through the chest. But
Yeah.
then she dashed off into wherever verse,
She's like, I got things.
and
to
then
do.
that was it. That was it.
Yeah,
And then
It's
she
like,
somehow
oh,
magically
that's
comes
right.
back.
yeah.
I don't know. I think Captain Marvel's character is just a very missed opportunity.
I think so too. And it's so funny. I'm looking at some of our notes covering the trailer, and I honestly thought that in space it was Monica Rambeau who was floating around, but it was Kalama Khan. That's why Kalama Khan's personality is just. I mean, she's cool. She's okay.
What do you mean? She's a kid. She has that kid personality. It's
I
like totally what
know.
I expected. She's on
I-
character.
I guess so. I mean, yeah, maybe that's what it is, and she just fangirling over everybody, and
Yeah, and
That's
plus, her favorite Avenger is Captain Marvel. So it's very on point as like why she, is very this hyperactive, not hyperactive, super energetic teenage girl who's meeting her superhero for the first time.
But you even said it yourself. It's like with Captain Marvel, like we haven't even seen her that much. So how would they even be like, oh, she's like this super?
Oh, so okay. I think what it is like it has to do with Ant-Man. I think he told everyone
yeah,
what happened
podcast, right?
in the Endgame and Infinity War. Yeah, so that's why everyone knows.
That's why Ant-Man's popular, and he does sit downs and he's writing stuff.
Well, he had his book that we learned that he wrote a book in Quantumania.
and he has a podcast. Well, and it sounds like everybody listens to this podcast, is what it seems like.
Maybe so, or it's just like it's just one of those things that it's one of those miniature things that gets around by word,
Yeah.
because it's like so shocking or great significance. Because
Well,
apparently everyone also knew about not Captain Marvel, Captain America too, going back in the past.
Oh, that's wild.
Well, yeah, or at least it seemed like it was general knowledge about what happened to each Avenger, during the events of Endgame. From everything from Iron Man sacrificing himself to
Spider-Man.
I don't know. Is Spider-Man well known right now?
Well, people know about Spider-Man. They don't know he's Peter Parker.
Oh yeah. They don't know he's Peter Parker. That's true.
They know he was part of the whole situation. Peter Parker just doesn't exist. So I think after Endgame, everything fell apart for Marvel.
I don't know if it fell apart. I think it's just they had to rebuild a new vision or create a new vision for the MCU.
The MCU, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Because like the thing is the way they set it up, it was like it's super hard to follow up, because you can't do the same trope over again, right? Where it's like everyone leads to one
Big
big
bad.
battle against a singular bad guy that's been building up for like over a decade.
Right.
Like you can't. I feel like you can't do that same trick again, for a villain.
I guess so. I think I find it very well, I mean, they do it with stories all the time. Like when I watch an episode, it's like, you know, everything's calm, then they establish a problem, the heroes go fix the problem.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I'm not talking about the story, the progression of the story. I'm talking about like the overall end game. I'm talking about like the very final boss, where Marvel did this thing where they built up the character of Thanos over like 10 years worth of movies.
Well,
That's what made it so great. That's what it made it so epic, because it culminated everything, all the years of watching these Marvel movies, into this grand final battle between good and evil.
But aren't they doing that with Kang the Conqueror right now?
I don't think so. I don't feel like they are. I feel like Kang the Conqueror is just one part. It's just one story, you know, one secluded story over a period of time, because they're gonna have. I feel like they're gonna have multiple. I feel they're gonna have multiple incursions, or not incursions, but multiple issues that pop up throughout the Marvel universe. You know, for the next 2 or 3 years of movies.
Right.
Kang is obviously one of them, and they did kind of lay the groundwork for it, right, with Ant-Man. But I mean, at least,
Loki.
unless, huh?
And Loki, kind of.
Well, Loki is kind of tied into it. But the thing is, Captain Marvel, the timeline of Captain Marvel, I don't think has anything to do with Kang.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any connection there.
And like I can't really see Thor being a part of that fight either. Or even the Young Avengers, or you know, the Avengers story. Well, actually, no, sorry, not the Avengers. Sorry, the Young Avengers.
Young Avengers, one of the Young Avengers is Kang, is a Kang variant.
Oh, well, okay, that could be the next big thing. And
Yeah,
then, because the thing is, like, you have all these other random characters, you know, that have to be announced, like Blade, right?
Right. And Ironheart. Or Ironheart was in Wakanda Forever.
Well, yeah, and then there's Ironheart with the new Black Panther. I guess, you know, that's the new Young Avengers storyline.
Yeah, Wiccan and Speed. They're kind of laying the groundwork for Young Avengers, which is kind of neat. I mean, I just don't know, like, with all those young actors, if it's gonna be like wow, this is like the Avengers, right? Like, it's like all the characters, and I've said this before in previous podcasts, like all the characters and all the actors are just not that strong, you know?
No, that's not. I mean, they are. I feel like it's not an issue of like whether they're strong or not. It's just like, you know, it's a matter of like
the
who
characters
they're.
are not likable. Do you like Ms. Marvel? Do you like Iron Lad? Do you like Ironheart?
Ironheart? Yeah, I like Ironheart. Yeah, I like her a lot.
I mean, but like, it's like, I feel like it's the same problem with like Eternals. You know what I mean? You just have a whole bunch of people, and you're like, okay.
No, Eternal's problem was that the story was just very bland. The writing was terrible.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, not every Marvel movie can be like a success, right?
Yeah. And yeah, there's the Eternals too. I don't know how that's gonna end out. But yeah, I mean, my whole point is like, you know, I think in terms of like the Captain Marvel franchise, you know, I feel like they need I guess, you know, obviously their big story arc is going to be the Secret Invasion.
Right, that's the end game.
Yeah, that's their end game.
Well, I mean, the Secret Invasion will be like a mid game, I think, because I think the end game is the Incursions and the two Avengers movies, right? They're gonna have 2 Avengers movies that come out.
Well, not this year.
I know, like 2025.
Not even relatively soon. So, that's ways off, and you still have like a bunch of like other things in between.
Right, like Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars.
Well, Kang Dynasty is an Avengers movie, I think.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. The two Avengers movies, I guess those two are gonna be the bookends, right, for the upcoming series.
Yes, but for Captain Marvel, I think they just need a really big bad guy to be introduced that's really strong
Not like Kang.
or compelling.
Yeah.
Not Kang. Galactus. Oh, maybe Galactus.
Yeah, Galactus would be a nice big bad. I wonder if they're gonna pull out that hat.
Well, they have the Fantastic Four, right, in the works.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'll establish Galactus. I mean, now that obviously we have two different landscapes, right? One is space, and one is going to be Earth. Which, I mean, I wonder how the Guardians of the Galaxy movie is gonna tie into all of that as well.
I think they're ending.
So it's just gonna end on that plot point and then not reveal anything. Because that's the next movie coming up before the Marvels, right?
Yeah.
The trailers for Guardians of the Galaxy have been good. Dude, they're hilarious. I'm like cracked up every time I watch them. Watched it like 3-4 times. Like, this is funny.
Wow.
Maybe we should talk about that. I'm just kidding.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one's just ending somehow.
Yeah.
it could just be like an isolated event.
Right. Yeah. That kind of makes sense. So, what do you think in terms of future setups this movie is gonna do? I mean, they definitely talk about Sword and they talk about the station, right? When I was looking at the trailer, it does look like they were opening rifts into incursions. So, you know, like how they talked about Doctor
What does that mean again? What
incursions
mean?
is when, so like an incursion, like they talked about it in Loki season 1, where like there's all these like branches.
Oh, the timeline branches. Yeah, that's right. That's right. They call
Timeline
it
branches, so it's gonna cause incursions and then.
Sure.
Yeah, so I think
Parallel universes.
Yeah, because there's Monica Rambeau creating incursions, then Kalama Khan, and she's creating incursions. They're all like splitting these timelines, doing all these crazy things, and then,
Are they?
Yeah, because they're well, you didn't watch all of Miss Marvel,
No.
which is not okay because obviously there's a lot that's gonna go on in the Marvels with Miss Marvel, but she's from her bangles are from another universe. I think they talked about the origin.
Oh, it's kind of like Shang-Chi's bangles or his rings.
Yeah, the 9 rings. It's similar, but her bangles supposedly not only transport her, but it also can put her in different time periods.
She can time travel?
Kinda. I think that's what they were alluding to. That she had gone to the past with her great grandmother.
Oh,
I know.
interesting. That's not an incursion. That's just going back in time.
Yeah, but I mean, if you go back in time and you change things, then
It doesn't change your present though, as they were explaining in their Marvel Infinity War.
Yeah, but then I mean, think about like Loki, right? Loki stole that one Infinity Stone, went to another world, then the TVA came to
Well,
get...
that was caused by the Avengers going back in time first, which created a new timeline.
Right, an incursion.
Yeah, incursion. Incursions, it sounds ridiculous.
Well, they talk about incursions too in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness too, right? Where they're like, oh, dream walking is causing incursions too.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen that throughout multiple Doctor Strange movies. He himself created Peter Parker, or Spider-Man created several, or opened several.
Oh, even him too, right? But
Yeah, that's why we had the different Spider-Mans in one universe.
Yeah. So I think, hopefully they can kind of keep track of everything. Like, even for me, I'm a little bit like all over the place, and I'm a person who's naturally just all over the place, but it's kind of like all over the place. So
Well, there you have it. That's the name of this episode. Like, I'm all over the place, Marvel.
I'm all over the place. That's what it is, Ms. Marvel. Let's switch places because we're all over the place.
Yeah.
That's what this is all about. Anyway, so what do you expect? Who do you expect to be in this movie?
I expect it'd be cool to see Thor make an appearance.
Really?
Yeah, because like obviously we're getting to the point where we're getting to the cosmos, right, or into space,
Yeah.
and obviously we know that you have the three Marvels, plus you have Sword, and you have Nick Fury, all involved in this film,
Yeah, that's true.
right? And this is all supposed to lead up into the Secret Wars, or the Secret Invasion arc. Right, with the not the Kree, the Skrulls, I think they were called.
Oh, right. Yeah, because everyone looks like everybody. They're all looking like
Yeah, that
everybody.
they can imitate anyone's form.
Shapeshifter, as you will. Shapeshifters.
Shapeshifter, yeah. Yeah, so I think it'd be cool to see Thor make an appearance somehow.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, Thor and Captain Marvel had that little exchange, of like, flexing. So
Yeah.
I guess that kind of would be cool. I wonder if they're gonna talk a little bit about Guardians of the Galaxy or talk about Loki or I'm waiting.
Like I said, I really don't see any of this intersecting with the Kang timeline or storyline. I honestly feel like it's like a separate thing entirely.
But everybody has to fight Kang, right? Don't they all fight Kang?
Who's everybody?
The Avengers, Spider-Man.
Yeah, I feel it's the new Avengers really, not because there's no one left from the old Avengers team.
No Way Home was so good. No Way Home was good.
Which one's No Way Home?
The one with where everyone forgets about Peter Parker.
That one was so bad. Ugh.
Oh, that's right. You didn't like it. Yeah, you guys gotta check out that review episode that me and Jeremy did on No Way Home. I thought it was pretty good. But
So bad.
who knows? But yeah,
The only reason people liked it is because it had multiple Spider-Mans.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
That's the only
so gimmicky.
reason, because it had Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in it.
Dude, but that made it pretty epic. But what do you guys think? Do you think that there's gonna be other cameos? Who are you excited to see? Let us know in the comments. Let us know any questions. Like and subscribe, and tell Jeremy all your amazing theories.
Didn't you say there was supposed to be another one, like Galactus? No, Galactus' daughter, or whatever her name is.
Galactus' daughter?
Yeah, Charlize Theron's character. She was at the end of Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
No, she's not Galactus' daughter. She's Dormammu's daughter. That's Dormammu's
Oh,
daughter.
Dormammu. Okay.
Yeah, but
What's her name?
I don't think Doctor Strange. I mean, it was enough for me to have Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange kind of have a movie together. That was pretty cool. And Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and all to be in that movie. I think what now makes it feel like a disconnect is that nobody's really connected. Like I feel like the Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel tie-in to Captain Marvel was very forced, But I think WandaVision, Doctor Strange, all of that did a really good job of still kind of keeping the tone of we're all together but we're all separate. But Thor did a terrible job. Thor's standalone. The only epic thing was Jane Foster holding the mantle of Thor. So, and I guess her to be a variant, I guess, of Thor. Supposedly.
No, she's not a variant. She just held the powers of Mjolnir for a split second.
Mjolnir.
And now she's dead. In Valhalla.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. Spoiler.
That's not a spoiler.
You don't think so? No, not spoiler.
No.
Okay, well.
All right, well that's
all we got.
that's it.
That's a wrap, and that's
Lots
that.
of enthusiasm for this film.
I know. I mean, that's why it is the most disliked Marvel show of all time.
Exactly.
A trailer
Yeah,
show.
most disliked
Well,
trailer.
Hopefully, Brie Larson, somebody pulls it out of the stuff because Ms. Marvel has a poor track record. People hate Brie Larson, and maybe Monica Rambeau will be the saving grace. Who knows? But the only way to find out is if you like and subscribe, because we're gonna talk about it later.
Yeah,
Or you
tell
can
us
find
why
out
you hate
from us.
Brie Larson. Why is she hated?
Tell us why you hate Brie Larson.
Quincy needs to know.
So does Jeremy.
I don't really need to know.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.